Ca.gov to learn more.
There's no better feeling than getting a great deal, like a hotel room upgrade, or a free car wash with every tank of gas, maybe unlimited chips and salsa with your burrito. And now, as an AT&T wireless customer, you can get an exclusive deal on a super fast internet experience with AT&T Fiber. Get consistently fast speed, even during peak times, and great deals with AT&T Fiber. Learn more at att.com/fiber offer. Limited availability in select areas, based on wire connection and gateway. Restrictions apply.
When it comes to looking out for your business, Bay Alarm brings the best, like professionally monitored video verification, proven to catch crooks. Because if your security's not the best, you're not secure. Now, more than ever, Bay Alarm. ACO 28CCL 880138.
Hey business owners, what if you could cut all your business expenses in half? It would be amazing, right? Well, you could start by switching to Spectrum Business. When you switch, you get the best internet and phone service for half of what you're paying now. Call 888-489-2212 today, and you'll get faster internet, proven reliability, and the most value. Only with Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212 today. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Rested, refreshed, and ready to rumble. Ramble.
Ooh, this is a lot of fun.
Bill Handel returns Monday at 6 a.m. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Ooh, we're going to talk black cats and orange cats and white cats and gray cats. Lots of cats for you to go visit and hang out with in just a second. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to your weekend. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Couple of stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Governor Newsom has called out opponents of gun safety reforms while announcing an appeal of a federal judge's decision that ends California's assault weapons ban. Newsom says the judge is a wholly owned subsidiary of the gun lobby. California's asking for the ban to stay in place during the appeals process. And emergency services are searching for a man who fell overboard from the Catalina Express. Deckhands say they saw the guy hit the water and threw him a life ring about 6 last night. They were a few miles off of Long Beach when it happened. All right, on this Friday morning, I want to lighten things up and give you something that is not only going to make you smile, it's going to lower your blood pressure, and you're going to get some snacks out of it. Win, 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 I think. Kamchan Singh, good morning to you. Kamchan's the owner of the Cat and Kitten Cafe, Crumbs and Whiskers in West Hollywood. I'm so glad you've reopened.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. So I love, first of all, when I heard first about Crumbs and Whiskers, the idea of just getting to go into a cafe and sit there and have your snacks and pet a couple of kitties. It's so much more than that, but even if that's all it was that you were doing, I would be thrilled.
Right? It's super cool. It's like a cuddly coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but you guys do so much more than just let people in to pet kitties while they're drinking their tea and things.
Yeah, so what we do is we work with partner rescues who actually save cats and kittens from risk of euthanasia in shelters, and we house them at our cafes. So the people that are actually coming in and drinking coffee and playing with our cats, if they fall in love with one of them, they can take them home. And then we can go save another cat from euthanasia. And so far, we've saved over 3,500 cats from euthanasia. So
wow.
That's really cool.
That's huge, especially right now. We know that we're in kitten season. And kitten season's when it starts to warm up and things get a little frisky outside, and all of a sudden you end up with a whole bunch of cats. So I think that
I know. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and I think actually your idea of getting people in there to get to socialize with these cats and pet them while they're drinking their coffee. How are you not going to fall in love with one of these cats?
Yeah, a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I was just going to have a fling, and then they end up going home with a cat.
I love that they call it a fling. Like they did one house.
Like we were coming for a no strings attached situation, and no, yeah.
I love that it's like dating. I was thinking this was going to be a one night stand, but now it looks like I'm a lifer with this one. When it comes, do people when they come in there? What is it? I think about the Crumbs and Whiskers idea. Is it that people are all cat lovers who come in, or is it a cat lover maybe who brings somebody who maybe wasn't into that cats before and sort of immerses them into the world of what loving cats is all about?
Yeah, but all of the above. So cat lovers love Crumbs and Whiskers because, I mean, imagine walking into a place with like 25 kittens and cats that you can play with. And then people who are not cat lovers like can't help but have their hearts melt when they come in. So, I've seen them get turned very fast.
Thompson, was the pandemic like for you guys? So you had to close down, and I would think too that you guys ran into some weird, probably restraints because your whole sort of business model is petting and touching and things like that.
Yeah, it's been very rough. We've actually been closed since last March when everything closed down, so this is the first time we're reopening, and it's exactly for that reason, because we didn't want people to, like, wear gloves while petting cats, and it just shouldn't, so it's been a rough year, and we used to have 3 locations, and now we have 2, but we've made it through, and we're excited to reopen as things finally, start to reopen.
Where are the 2 locations that are open now? Because people are probably listening to this morning and thinking, that is a great weekend outing.
Yeah, so our LA location is in West Hollywood, and then our Washington, D.C. location is in Georgetown.
Oh, see, now that people can travel, they can check the one here in LA out and then think to themselves, all right, I'm hopping on a plane, I'm going to D.C.
Yep, exactly. I highly recommend it.
Compton, thank you so much. Again, it's Crumbs and Whiskers Cafe in West Hollywood. Back open again. Go over there, drink some coffee, and hopefully go home with a little kitty cat.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Compton. Have a great day. See you later.
You too. Bye.
Bye. How cool is that? I've always loved the concept of this. The first time that I heard when it came out a couple of years ago, I thought, that's the most brilliant adoption idea. Because you get to sit there and you get to play with these cats and you see sort of how they're going to interact with you at home. Brilliant. All right. Speaking of brilliant, she doesn't know that I'm going to do this. Alex, are you listening? Alex Razzo. John, is Alex anywhere near there? I didn't give her a heads up on this because she's shy and I figured she'd be embarrassed and she would tell me not to. But I want to give Alex a huge shout out this morning. Alex, who is the producer of Wake Up Call and The Bill Handle Show, has won a national award. It's a Gracie Award from the Alliance for Women in Media for being a producer. And if you know what goes into producing, it's not just, hey, I'm going to make sure that the host has everything they need. They have to come up with topics. They have to find all the guests. They have to come up with all the ideas and sort of present us with the roadmap of, hey, so what do you think about this? Hey, what do you think about that? They've got to sort of be ahead of the game all the time. Alex, are you there? Alex?
Sorry, wrong mic. John didn't put up the right mic. Hi.
Hi. I just want to congratulate you on the Gracie Award.
Thank you.
We haven't actually talked about it. And I want to say how proud I am of you, that Wake Up Call wouldn't be where it is today without you, and You and I have been the strangest little team from the get-go, and for whatever reason, this has worked. And like I said, I just couldn't have done it without you, and I'm so proud.
Aw, thank you.
Like, you're the little sister I never had.
I hope not with the way you described your family earlier.
Like, I want nothing to do with those people. But again, so what? Tell me, so now that you've won, you get to go to New York. New York. Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain because of the pandemic. Things are a little bit different. But I will be getting a trophy.
See, now that's all. We will make a display if you want to put it in the office. Like this special, I think Dean Sharp's coming up. We could talk about lighting. No?
Oh, no, that puppy's coming home with me.
Okay. Okay, well then we will properly light it on a shelf at your house. But I'm proud of you. Congratulations. And it's so well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Giving you a hug across the wall. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk with the house whisperer, Dean Sharp. And we're not specifically talking lighting, although he may have some lighting on his list. But Dean has his list of Father's Day ideas. And what I love about Dean's lists are they're things that you wouldn't think of to give your mom or your dad or whatever his gift guide happens to be. And no, we don't want to do Biz Bites right now. We want to do Robin and then Dean. But Dean's got some great ones coming up. I'm going to revisit one that he mentioned with Gary and Shannon yesterday, just in case you didn't hear it, because it has to do with pizza. And we all need to know more about pizza. So Robin Banks, what's up on the 405?
Well, we're clearing in Van Nuys on the 405 south of Fort Victory. This was a solo car crash. Somebody hit the center divider out of the carpool lane, out of lanes, and your drive is recovered as well. So that's not a bad ride at all. Also in Inglewood on the 405 north at the 105 freeway, had a wreck here in the carpool and left. That's been cleared also. No slowing going on, so very light traffic through that stretch. But in Ontario on the 60 east before Mountain, it's a wreck with a big rig. 4 right lanes are blocked. That leaves only the left lane for you, so get over there if you're sitting in that traffic that begins at Ramona. Castaic on the southbound 5 before Castaic break area. It is a conked out box truck, and it's blocking the 2 left lanes. Start to see some traffic build up behind this one. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
In 1975, my family lived under the boot of communist Russia. Hello, I'm John Akoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. Communism was so oppressive that my dad, who didn't speak a word of English, left everything behind and immigrated us to America. I was only 3 years old. I can't imagine the courage it took to do that. My father put us first, and at Rooter Hero Plumbing, we put you first. That's why we always offer you an affordable solution. If you have a clogged drain, call us at 866-DRAIN-77, and we'll cable your line for only $77. That's 866-DRAIN-77. Thank you for trusting Rooter Hero Plumbing with your most valuable asset, your home. I miss my dad, but his sacrifice will never be forgotten. Happy Father's Day.
Everybody needs a hero. RooterHero.com.
CL 1028886.
We've got a warming trend that starts today. Your SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like today will be in the upper 80s for highs. Inland highs by tomorrow, though, will be into the 90s. Stay that way through the weekend. And we should see triple digits by about Tuesday. Now, you'll get some relief at the coast, although highs will be in the upper 60s and lower 70s. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Rick Edelman, #1 New York Times best-selling author and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show.
Hi, Rick. I have a pension and can take it as monthly income or a lump sum. Which do you think is better?
Well, the monthly check is only as safe as your employer's ability to pay it. And the amount will never rise, so inflation will erode its value. You have no access to the principal, and when you die, the money stops, even if you die tomorrow. So we usually recommend the lump sum. You get to invest the money however you want and generate your own income. You have full access anytime, and whatever's left over goes to your spouse or kids. But for some workers, the monthly option is better, so you should meet with a financial advisor to be sure that you're doing what's best for you.
That's Rick Edelman, founder of Edelman Financial Engines, with his advice on pensions. If you have a personal finance question, talk to an experienced financial planner at 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com.
If you're like me, you can't wait to travel, but a lot of destinations want a negative COVID-19 test That's where COVID Clinic comes in. COVID Clinic has 1-hour COVID-19 PCR tests to travel to almost anywhere in the world. They'll even help with your travel documentation. Make your trip prep easy by doing your COVID-19 testing at one of the many fast and even drive-through COVID Clinic locations near you. So whether you need a COVID-19 PCR test for travel, school, or you just want an antigen test, go to covidclinic.org. Restrictions apply. Go to covidclinic.org.
Get vaccinated and get rewarded with a $50 card and the chance to win up to $1.5 million. Win big and help protect our communities. Prizes while supplies last. Final drawing on June 15th. Visit myturn.ca.gov.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have someone in your corner, right here in your community. That someone is AARP. We're hosting free events and providing helpful resources. Because the longer you live, the more you need AARP to help you stay active, healthy, and informed.
Join AARP Los Angeles for an online caregiving workshop. They're hosting 2 sessions in June. Learn more at aarp.org/near-you.
Go solar with local and veteran-owned Silver Solaris. Visit silversolaris.com.
KFI AM 640.
iHeart radio station.
24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. Speaking of homes, you heard this one out of Hancock Park where a man is killed or was killed when his car crashed into a house, then caused a fire. Police say it was the result of an illegal street race between 2 cars. And actress Alyssa Milano says she may run for Congress in a few years. She said she'd want to flip the seat held by Republican Tom McClintock in California's 4th District. That covers the big eastern part of the state from Fresno to north of Sacramento. Well, right now, let's talk Father's Day. It's coming up in a week, and a lot of people are thinking to themselves, oh gosh, it is coming up in a week. I do not want people to go out and buy that stupid freaking tie or the sweater vest or any of the dumb things that you've gotten your dad in the past, because Dean Sharp has a Father's Day gift guide for you. These are gifts that will make Dad not roll his eyes when your back is turned. Hi, Dean.
Hey, Jen.
Because one year you talked about the hacksaw. The hacksaw was on one of your lists. You brought it in. I saw it. I loved it. I thought, oh, my dad would absolutely love that thing. I swear it's like his right hand.
You see, it's such a great tool. There's another one, there's another Milwaukee saw on the list this year. It was on the list last year as well, but it's such a cool tool that it deserves a 2-year run on the gift guide.
Tell us about it.
That's the Milwaukee Hatchet, okay? Not the hacksaw, the Hatchet. Same battery that runs your dad's hacksaw, right?
Yep.
Now pushes along a 6-inch pruning saw. So if you can imagine what this thing looks like, it is a battery-operated, heavy-duty, handheld chainsaw with a 6-inch long blade.
Which my parents live out in Sticks, as I've told you. They live up by Lassen National Park. And they constantly are doing like tree removal, and you know, when you live in a place like that, you gotta have fire safety on the brain all the time. And so they're constantly trimming trees. That would be a killer gift for him.
It is a great, great tool if you've got stuff to clear and prune. I mean, this takes up to 3-inch diameter branches and just right off without having to hold, you know, as our dads get older especially, we all have this image of him trying to be a tough guy back in the backyard, standing up on a ladder, holding a chainsaw, trying to, you know, take off a good-sized branch. And now, this is a one-hander. It's literally just, I mean, it weighs like 3 pounds. It's, you hold it with one hand, other hand on the ladder, not a worry.
I like this. Okay, I want to revisit the one that you talked with Gary and Shannon about yesterday, because I thought this is the most brilliant thing without having to build an entire kitchen in the backyard around a wood fire kind of pizza oven for, you know, in your backyard like you and I talked about last weekend. You could just go out and get yourself an uni.
Yeah, the unis are amazing. Now, I've been looking at them for a couple years now, but a year or so ago, I was given one an Uni wood top or tabletop pizza oven, and we've tried it. We've used it multiple times. We love it. We absolutely love it. It is a killer little pizza oven. Now mine, and this is a model that's still out, mine is driven by a gas, barbecue-sized propane tank that you just hook it up to, and there you go. The one that's on the list this year is, in my opinion, a step up from that. For some people, wouldn't by way of convenience, but I also own a pellet smoker. I love that sense of real wood, hardwood smoke that it puts out into food. And I think the ultimate outdoor pizza oven is a wood-fired pizza oven, so that you get that wood smoke imbued into the pizza as well. Well, this thing does it all. It's the exact same size as the pizza oven that I was given, the Uni. And when I say tabletop, I mean tabletop. This takes a 12-inch pizza inside of it, and if you think, oh, geez, well, that's too small because I've got a big group coming over. No. The inside of an Uni takes about 15 minutes to let it get up to speed, but when it's up to temp, it's over 900 degrees in this little chamber. And that means that a pizza goes in, at the 30-second mark it gets turned, and that at the 60-second mark it is out and done. So we're talking 1 minute, fully cooked pizzas, the way that God intended.
So I like this, though, because you've got everybody in the kitchen, they're putting their pizzas together, everybody can build their own, whatever they want on it, and then walk it out to you, and within a minute, they're eating hot pizza.
Exactly. So what we're talking about, 15 people at the pizza party, within 15 minutes, everybody's done with their pizza and eating.
Okay, I love that one. Now, you mentioned that you have a pellet smoker. A lot of people got pellet smokers for Christmas, or they're getting them for their birthdays. I swear we use ours twice a week. I love this thing. But one thing that we do not have is a wireless thermometer, and I wish we did, because every time you open the pellet smoker to check the temperature of the meat, all of a sudden you let all that heat out, and it takes it a few minutes to get back up to speed.
Right, and now there are a lot of pellet smokers that have, plug-in wired meat thermometers or food thermometers that you can run in through a little hole in the side, and that's fine too, unless, like on my pellet smoker, you have a rotisserie. And guess what you can't do if you have a rotisserie? You can't hook up a wired thermometer, because it wraps it up and then it pulls it right out, and then that's the end. So, Meter, a company Meter, M-E-A-T-E-R, makes a whole set of basically wireless Bluetooth and or, depending on the set that you get, Wi-Fi thermometers, and these things charge independently. You stick them in the meat or the food wherever you go, wherever you want them, and as many as you want them, and then you have an app on your phone that is basically receiving the signal, so you can be inside the house, busy with other things. You can set an alarm when the food reaches the temperature that you need it to. It also, and both of these, both ends of this thermometer are a thermometer. So there's the meat side, the food side that's in the food, but then this is the thing I like really well about this, and that is that the backside of the thermometer, which is open to the oven, is reading the ambient oven temperature. So it's just every one of these little meat sticks here is a dual-headed thermometer, all wireless to your phone.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, let's talk about now the automotive computer code reader that you've got. I love the code reader, because even though I don't know, my code reader from a hole in the ground when it comes to cars, but when all of a sudden all it is that I need to change a spark plug or a sensor or something like that, that makes me feel a whole lot better than, hey, it's your transmission or whatever. And if I had a code reader, I can just look at it and go, okay, do I need to take it to the mechanic, or can I just pull out the little book and tell Scott, here, you need to help me with this?
Exactly. So this has been on my list for forever, and it stays there because it's just literally the kind of thing that kind of blows Dad's mind. Because, he's always concerned that you're going to take your car to the mechanic and you're going to get ripped off. You're going to be told things that are wrong with the car that aren't actually wrong. So when next time the check engine light or a warning light comes on, this is exactly what the mechanics do. They have a little computer that they hook into a port that's just down underneath the dashboard to the left of your legs as the driver. There's a little port there. Okay?
Yeah.
So Fixed, F-I-X-D, a few years back, has developed and continues to improve their automatic computer code reader. And so basically what you do is you take out this little guy. He costs $60. You plug it into the port, and it gives you the code readouts and the reference so that you know, before you go to the mechanic, exactly what your car is telling you is up. So if you hear more from the mechanic, then you can be like, hey, wait a second. I already plugged in my code reader and it only said this. And so then you can get really angry at your mechanic, and it's great.
You can get angry at your mechanic, and your dad is so proud.
He is so proud.
I love it. My brother and I were just having this conversation last night. He was mentioning that his car was back in the shop. It was in the first time like 3 weeks, and then it was out, and then it went back in. And he said things that they told me were fine with it 3 weeks ago suddenly are broken. This would have been perfect for him.
Exactly.
All right. And finally, before people go, because everybody's drinking their coffee right now this morning, if you're not drinking the Old Town Roasting House Whisperer blend this morning, you are missing out.
We have been drinking Old Town Roasting coffee at our house for years, and I'll tell you why. Because it's roasted perfectly. I mean, it's roasted locally here in Southern California. It's roasted perfectly, and it's a subscription service. So our coffee gets roasted, and then when it's at its optimal point, 2 days later, 48 hours after the initial roast, it shows up on your doorstep, and it is ready to be ground, or it can come pre-ground. You can order it any way you want, any blend that you want, whether it's espresso or pour over or, you know, a French press, whatever. And it's just brilliant coffee. And a few years back, for our in-studio, you know, twice a year before COVID, we did live audience shows, as you know.
Yeah.
And we would always have we asked Old Town to create a House Whisperer blend for us, which is just brilliantly delicious. So anyway, you can actually go, if you're a KFI listener and you love coffee, go to oldtownroasting.com and order Dad up a batch of House Whisperer blend coffee, specialized coffee. It's got my little signature on the bag, and it says, brew yourself a beautiful life.
Oh, I love it. Dean Sharp, love you. And people can listen to you tomorrow morning, 6 to 8 or 9 to 11 on Sunday. Have an awesome weekend, and tell Lucky, who I heard there in the background a couple of times, I said good morning.
I will, Jen. Thanks.
All right, thanks. See you later. That's KFI's House Whisperer, Dean Sharp. You can follow Dean on social media at Home with Dean. We're going to talk your entertainment news in just a couple of minutes, and a musical movie that's coming out that ABC's Jason Nathanson, I have heard, thinks it's really good. Let's see what's up with your wreck on the 60.
Well, it has cleared in Ontario on the 60 eastbound to Fort Mountain. It's been here for a long time, and now everything is cleared from the 4 right lanes, so you can travel all the lanes. Still going to be a little bit tight for you from Ramona. It just needs to recover. In Ontario, also on the 10 East connector, the southbound 15, that's a wreck with a car down the right shoulder embankment. It is along the right shoulder of that connector road, so just a little bit of activity there. In Castaic, we got this conked out truck on the 5 south before Castaic brake check area. It's blocking the 2 left lanes, so that definitely loads up behind it. Santa Ana, 55 north at Dyer Road. Crash here in the right lane of the off-ramp, so just a little slow exit for you. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
This report is sponsored by Spectrum Business. Starting a new business? Tune in to free webinars designed to help you get started. Brought to you by SCORE, the nation's largest network of volunteer business mentors, and Spectrum Business. Register at spectrumbusinessinsights.com/webinars.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
The college football playoff is considering a 12-team bracket. The proposal includes the top 6 conference champs plus the 6 highest ranked teams determined by the selection committee. Julio Urias recording his league-leading 9th win as the Dodgers swept the Pirates. The game was called on the 8th due to rain. And the Clippers are in another 2-0 hole after dropping both games in Utah. The series flips to LA tomorrow for Game 3. I'm Missy Georgia.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
You probably heard me say that the temperatures were going to hit triple digits next week. And if even the thought of that makes you think, ooh, do I have enough bottled water in the fridge? I am slapping that idea out of your head right now. because you could just get a LifeSource whole house water system and you would never have to have that thought in your head again, because you could use a plastic water bottle. But why would you do that? That's bad for the environment. How about filling up a glass or a reusable bottle with filtered, clean, delicious water coming out of every tap in your house from your LifeSource whole house water system? Their whole house system requires absolutely no maintenance. You can say goodbye to filter changes and those monthly exchange tanks. And if you have hard water, they can help with that too. A LifeSource water system reduces the odor and taste of chlorine from your water without using salt or chemicals, so you'll be bathing and showering in filtered water, and your hair and skin will be free of the drying and harmful effects of chlorine. And with a LifeSource water system, you buy directly from the factory, which is right here in Southern California, where they've been serving us for over 37 years. And if you're looking for a new career opportunity, LifeSource is currently looking for dedicated team members. So call LifeSource today and get full service and full confidence in your water. Call them at 1-800-334-5009, 1-800-334-5009, or just visit lifesourcewater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Getting families vaccinated against COVID-19 is an important step to bringing back joy for all of us. That's within reach now that the Pfizer vaccine is proven safe and effective for those 12 and older. This is the same vaccine millions of Californians have already gotten. California is even adding new vaccine clinics specifically for young people. Together, we can end the pandemic. Visit vaccinateall58.com or call 833-422-4255 to learn more.
Graduating from high school can leave you with a lot of questions about your future. You can find the answers to those questions at a California community college. So don't wait. Enroll now for the fall semester. Online and in-person classes are available with year-round financial aid to help. Plus, with guaranteed transfer to a safe spot at a four-year university and hundreds of career programs to choose from, your future is looking brighter than ever. Classes can fill up quickly, so grab your spot now. Visit stayenrolled.com today.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
When it comes to keeping you safe, Bay Alarm brings the best. Family owned and celebrating 75 years of professional personal service that's second to none. Bay Alarm. Celebrating our past, securing your future.
ACO28CCL880138.
Attention, California. New federal funding of $3 billion is available to help more people pay for health insurance, no matter what your income. Couples can now pay $700 less every month. Single people could have comprehensive coverage for $1 a month. And a family of four could pay less than $100 a month. To see your new lower price, go to coveredca.com. The sooner you sign up, the more you save. Covered California. This way to health insurance.
Don't spend more than you have to on your mobile service. Spectrum Mobile could save you up to 40% versus what you're paying now, and nationwide 5G is included in every data plan. Plus, Spectrum delivers the fastest overall speeds and has the most reliable mobile service, coast to coast, with no hidden taxes, fees, or contracts. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today. 40% savings based on a comparison of single and comparable unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 1/27/2021. Fastest overall speed, most reliable, based on Nielsen speed test, latest